When I went into the first one, I definitely felt a little bit unsure, and mostly in terms of how I was gonna remember what questions to ask. So it sounded natural and kind of flowed through rather than stop and start, I would say. But once we got going, it was absolutely fine. I think, in fairness, they were probably as nervous as I was about what was coming because they didn't particularly know what to expect or how they might react to the question anyway. So once we got going, yeah, it was absolutely fine and it flowed pretty well. And a lot of the questions kind of naturally go from one to the other without you needing to think, oh my goodness, what's the next question? Kind of the topics naturally came up. I would say definitely they ran a little bit differently, my first and my second, based on the fact that they were different people with slightly different experiences, different ages, different issues they'd had in their life. So yeah, the approach was slightly different, but I was definitely much less worried about the process I was going through with the second one than the first one. In terms of how I approached it, I think the first one I spent a lot of time at the beginning just setting out like getting all my bits of paper out and thinking, right, this is the first one. How's it going to work? I was a bit nervous about the voice recorder working, testing that out. And then once I've got that down, that takes a lot of the nerves away for the second and subsequent ones anyway. I think these interviews will be beneficial for people in Dorset, whether that's the people themselves or the people doing the interviewing or the people designing the services. Because I found both people that I interviewed said that it felt a bit like therapy, which was quite interesting. So, yeah, the open questions and the approach to kind of asking about how they are personally and the very personal information you're asking them about. I think it gave people a chance to talk those things through that maybe they haven't really talked through in what feels like a more logical way before. So yeah, I think it will be hugely beneficial for all parties. I do think I will use the skills that we have learned in the training to be an interviewer and the experience of doing it, which also adds to those skills for sure. I think it gives you a different way of thinking about how you approach conversations with people generally, and definitely reminds you that even if you think you're a good listener, so often that's not what you're really doing when you speak with someone. You're kind of more interested in how you'll get in something about your own life so you make a connection, which is a different type of thing and still necessary. But yeah, it's definitely worthwhile learning that asking open questions and really listening to answers is yeah, it's good for both parties. Did I enjoy it? Do you know what? Yes, I did. And I'm probably somebody who naturally enjoys talking and chatting with people. So maybe I'm a bit biased to say that I did enjoy it. But yes, I genuinely did. Yeah, it was great. Loved it.